Hello, welcome back to another episode of Math with Haas. You're watching Precalculus Season 2, Episode 39, Part 6. So, we're continuing our investigation of trigonometry. In particular, we're proving more trig identities. So, consider the following. 1 divided by secant x plus tangent x plus 1 over secant x minus tangent x is equal to 2 secant x. So we have a choice, left or right. And we're going to start with the left because it's certainly more complicated than the right side. So we're going to note we are starting with the left. That does not look like an F. That looks more like an F. Alright. So first thing we need to note here, let's go ahead and get this written. So first thing we want to pay attention to is the fact that we have a fraction plus a fraction, which means that we want to think about how can we combine these two fractions. To do that, we need a common denominator, so I'm going to multiply by secant x minus tangent x over secant x minus tangent x, and I'll multiply this one by secant x plus tangent x over secant x plus tangent x. Alright, so just wait for this thing. Alright, there we go. So then I just want to make a quick note that secant x plus tangent x times the quantity of secant x minus tangent x is going to give you a secant squared x minus tangent squared x. I'm not going to work out the details on that. That's for you to decide. This is proving, or it's just an application for algebra. It's a difference of perfect squares. Alright, so in this case we get secant x minus tangent x over secant squared x minus tangent squared x plus secant x plus tangent x over secant squared x minus tangent squared x. So we can go ahead and combine this now. So we get secant x minus tangent x plus secant x plus tangent x over secant squared x minus tangent squared x. Alright, now we can note that we have a negative tangent, positive tangent, and we have one secant here and a second secant here being added, so this is going to give us a 2 secant x in the numerator divided by secant squared x minus tangent squared x. Now, I claim that this is going to equal 2 secant x. End of proof. Now, the justification for that last step is this. The fact that if we think about secant squared x, well, that's the same thing as 1 plus tangent squared x. So what we have going on in this denominator here is really a 1 plus tangent squared x minus tangent squared x, which is equal to 1. So there's our justification, because if everything in that green box is a 1, then you just have 2 secant x divided by 1, which is just 2 secant x. Alright, so that looked a lot scarier than what it actually was. If you enjoyed our video, please subscribe and consider supporting us financially on Patreon. Thank you for joining our math party, and I will see you next time.